Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a twin flame channel reading. If your twin flame or the person you believe could be your twin flame is an Aries or has Aries in his or her chart. So sun, moon or rising. Perhaps your person just has a lot of Aries in their chart. Okay? Whatever it may be, if your person, the person that you believe is your divine counterpart, is an Aries, then this message could be for you. I'm going to be channeling that energy for you in this reading. Okay? So we're just going to do a freestyle. We're going to look at what's happening in your person's energy. We are specifically focusing on and channeling the Aries Twin Flame Collective. This is the divine, the DM's energy that I'm channeling, because those of you who are here, the seekers of wisdom, the ones who are going through the twin flame awakening consciously, you are the divine feminine. Very seldom are we going to find a divine masculine coming to watch twin flame readings, unless someone is actually guiding them to it. Watch this and see if it resonates. Then obviously you know where you fit in that equation. But most of you here, most of the collective that is coming to watch this reading, you're the divine feminine. You're the positive polarity, and we're channeling the divine masculine's energy here. So I hope that makes sense to you. Twin Flame Journey is a spiritual awakening. It is not a Romeo and Juliet story. It is not a romantic story. It is not a fairy tale. It is a spiritual awakening. You have two minds, two bodies, one soul. You are awakening on a soul level, and you coming together, meeting is the activation of that. And then there is a natural separation that takes place, because it is symbolic of the separation that exists between you and you. Okay? It's that one and one that needs to come together. And as you come into union, you achieve expansion, wholeness, and you tune into agape love, unconditional love. That is the basis of this journey. Anything other than that, anything that is ego-based, is going to blow you off into the woods. So it is a journey that requires a lot of courage, strength, self-awareness, growth, healing. You've got to have hair on your teeth. But let me tell you something, if you are a twin flame and you've come here to experience that sort of spiritual awakening, it's because it lines up with your purpose here, with why you are here and what it is you're wanting to bring, the energy that you are holding active here, and you absolutely have the strength. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's start. Let's begin. You've entered a sacred space. If you're new to my channel, I'm my priestess Elif. I'm a medium. My channel, the bulk of my message. My job is to interpret the messages that I receive, the energy, vibration, the visions, all of that. I've got to put it together and tell a story that makes sense to you, that resonates with you, and that most importantly brings you clarity and guidance and highlights your path ahead. Helps you to know which is the next step to take. So I start all of my readings with a channeled meditation. I open a remote for healing in the area of love and relationship for my twin flames. You're welcome to tune into that. I always ask that you guys settle into your intuition and ask your guides and keepers to guide you, to help you to know and understand and comprehend the messages that I'm channeling for you. Most importantly, to know what is for you and what is not. If it resonates, claim it without a doubt. If it doesn't, it is not for you. And if it triggers, beloved, that is where your work begins. Okay? So your person, your divine counterpart, your twin flame currently, who is an Aries or has Aries in their chart, sun, moon or rising, is having various opportunities, encounters, and experience that is trying to guide them towards believing in themselves more and more, believing in what it is, in who they are, and believing in this connection more and more. Everything that is coming into their experience is orchestrated to help them to tune into that belief. Okay, I do see that for many of you there is no contact, there is blocked contact. There could be a physical distance. There could be a distance in status. There is a gap between you. I just see that that communication is blocked. You're not able to hear one another. You're not able to see eye to eye. You're just vibrating in different places. And communication is not pleasant, and communication is blocked. Okay, those are the different ways that it can show up in. So your person might have blocked you, or you might have blocked them, or your person is just avoiding you, or you might be avoiding them, and vice versa. But I feel as though your person is aware of this gap, the block communication, the fact that there is a blockage for you. There is a blockage, and your person watches you. And they are conscious and aware of this, and it's something that your person gives a lot of thought to. Okay. Okay, so it could also be, and you would be aware of this, that your person's main focus, and that where they've been investing most of their energy is on their money and on their self-worth, and on having more self-confidence and just feeling better about themselves and believing in themselves. Your person naturally, because of the activation of this and leading up to you guys coming into one another's lives, your person started the process of awakening, and meeting with you absolutely activated that. And there is a feeling of things not quite making sense, or feeling like there's two parallel realities. What is it that I actually believe here? Because this feels like it could make sense, but do I believe it? No, it doesn't really. It's not rational. And so your person is being guided towards coming to a deeper understanding of what really is going on for them on their journey. And what they believe in, and the belief in themselves, and believing and trusting their intuition, which helps them to absolutely tune into and believe in trust who you are to your counterpart. Because on some level, a twin flame always knows. They have reason to believe, intuitively they know that you are very possibly their twin flame, but their beliefs often don't line up with that, so they don't entertain it as much as, or it's easier to brush off from time to time. So your person is feeling called to move towards you and to embrace this twin flame journey. And your person feels as though they've come here to hold your hand on this journey and to guide you in a particular direction, or to be guided, to allow you as a unit to be guided by your guides in a particular direction. But your person is saying, where will I lead you? Where is this supposed to go? This DM is so caught up on the specifics and the details and figuring things out before they make any moves, that they are stagnant. They are not allowing anything to move, because they're not just trusting the process. They want all the specifics and all the details to be figured out, instead of knowing and understanding that we have guides and keepers. Source has our back. Source has already created the pathway, lit that way, orchestrated everything along the pathway that's going to complement our journey. But now you're standing at the threshold trying to figure it all out, so that you don't, because you're afraid that you might step off the edge, and it's irrational. But you see, the part of us that is soul has a very different way of navigating life and of processing. And the part of us that is mind and ego has a different way of processing. And your person is still being guided towards letting go of the need to control everything, to know everything, to that lack of trust. They're still working through that. And they're still working on believing in their guidance system, their gut feeling, their intuition more and more. Okay. Right, so this connection seems to have completely come to an end. A breakup. Your person possibly said, I don't want to have anything to do with you. The way that it's looking is that with whatever's happened here, or your person's done something that just makes it look like it's not possible for you guys to ever reconcile. A complete walking away from something here, from this connection. And this person, this Aries of yours, experienced this separation with you, this ending, this breakup as a loss. Your person has mourned this as if that bridge is burnt between the two of you. Because your person was emotionally overwhelmed and didn't know how to fill his or her own cups. Started to tune into their fears and their old tendencies and their old survival techniques, whatever that may be for them, which was not healthy, and led them further away from what this connection was offering. So there is a natural running from the connection, but you can never fully run away. Once you've been activated, even your running is part of your growth and your process. I do see that your person had to make a choice. There was a choice here. There was a choice between two people, you and someone else. There was a choice between two paths. And your person's idea of what this other connection was so blinding to them. They wanted to feel that sun on their face, but it was never real. And what your connection offers is clarity and warmth, not blinding sunlight. This person gravitated towards an idea of something that doesn't really exist. There was a choice that needed to be made here, and I feel like they were in limbo. And that's what led to they were entertaining both options. You saw this for what it is, and that's what led to the closing out. But also, even if you didn't absolutely focus on it, the twin flame awakening is a high vibrational spiritual awakening. When your person is in their ego, separation is automatic, because it's not a vibrational match to the basis of this connection. What has happened as a result, whatever has taken place here, your person became so much clearer, gained so much more clarity about their wish fulfillment, and the fact that you and your connection is a gift from the heavens and has brought about so much healing for this person. No matter how this path has looked, no matter what has happened here, this has been so beneficial to both of you. This has brought healing and wish fulfillment. And your person has more clarity about your connection. And that's why Spirit says this person is being guided towards belief on a day-to-day basis. Every day they line up more to the belief of who they are, which is a divine counterpart, which is is connected to this, to the energy that the twin flames have come to bring to this time, which is that connection. We've had this separation consciousness for a long time, and we've had to move through those old programs to reintegrate, to reconnect. It happens here inwards first, and then the twin flames, that activation happens on a soul level, and it affects the consciousness, the collective, that we stop seeing ourselves as separate from others. We are connected. In that separation consciousness, I make you bad and myself right. I judge you, I label you. Instead of seeing you in the beauty that you are as an aspect of me, of my light or my shadow, and they coexist. Light and shadow is not separated, and the shadow is not bad. The shadow is the spaciousness that is absolutely necessary for the light to come in. The one does not exist without the other. How do you know what real joy is if you've never known true sorrow? You cannot know. How do you know what abundance feels like when you've never known lack? You don't know. You think it's just normal that you have all of the stuff. You don't even you don't experience it. That's why we sort of judge, people who are spoiled, because they don't know, they can't even appreciate everything that they have. Okay, so we're moving away from the judgment of those things, understanding now why the two exist together. Harmony cannot exist without chaos. There are two sides. On the one side of harmony is upper on the scale and all those lovely emotions and vibrations, and on the other side there is chaos. The two coexist. You must have chaos first for harmony to come in, to bring in balance. Okay? And that's just how it is. And that is, a lot of that clarity is coming into play here. So let's take a look at what the past energy is here for your person, for your Aries. Right, so there is no doubt that this person knew. So if your Aries twin flame has never given any indication when you guys were actually talking and you didn't have this blockage going on, when you were on good terms, there is no way that your person didn't express that they know that this is something profound and special, and that you guys didn't talk about being twin flames. You absolutely did. Your person has absolute clarity. Your person even had visions and dreams about past lives with you and shared this with you. This is not an completely unconscious connection here, which lets me know that your person, this is a highly evolved twin flame connection. You have done this through many lifetimes, and there is a very strong soulmate energy. It's so evolved that it has the presence of that energy as well. Your person recognized you immediately, and you recognized your person. Your person knew very early on that you were their divine counterpart. This person put you on a pedestal and spoke of your life together, was curious about past lives together. Your person spoke about their desires and it was obvious that you were this person's wish fulfillment. You embody everything that this person's asked for. So why is it that your person was still considering a past person or another connection? Because of an ego attachment. You know, that karmic cycle had not yet been closed. You coming into your person's life and made it even more obvious to your divine counterpart that their emotional independence and their ability to be good and to feel good is so important, because the best things can come into your life, and if you're not in a good place, you're not able to embrace and experience that with joy. Instead, then you become more fearful, more anxious, and self-destructive. So what was very, very through the energy that you brought into your Aries' life, into this divine counterpart's experience, what was highlighted was their personal healing, and that became a priority. Your Aries wants to be where you are in their relationship with themselves. You inspired this person to want to find themselves and to heal and to grow and to become self-sufficient and to find that emotional stability within themselves. As I said, at the base of this connection was a choice that your person didn't seem to want to make, even though your person knew and had absolute clarity about what this was. This person was stuck in their addiction, their codependence, limiting beliefs, not even self-imposed bondage. Even though there was clarity that came in through this connection, it activated more questions than anything else. And this divine masculine, or this Aries, knew that this choice had to be made. But they were still in bondage mentally, codependence, and controlled by addiction, fears, everything that comes with that. It's not just the substance, it's not just the action, it's the belief about the person. It's a belief that they hold about themselves. It's their fears about themselves. This is who I am, this is what I struggle with, and what if I can't shake it, you know? And whatever's given birth to that codependence is obviously runs rampant, because they focus on themselves from a place of lack and insecurity and not trusting self. So this person made decisions because of this codependent behavior and this addictive behavior. It's just their survival techniques, survival mode. This person just did what they always did. Too afraid to make a clear and decisive decision for whatever reason. Am I worthy? What if I do this and it's not what I think it is? Better the devil I know than the devil I don't know, kind of thing, you know? What ended up happening was a tower. Things fell apart here. And this came as a great surprise to the both of you. But you were not going to stand for this. And you walked away from it because it was emotionally unfulfilling. And your person walked away from it too because it hurt. This was a shock. This came as a shock to both of you. You didn't expect this to happen because you had such a profound and deep connection. You don't expect for something to just pop out of the woodwork and you guys fall out, and then you say things that you wish you never said, or that cannot be unsaid, or and suddenly you've just burnt these bridges. You possibly gave this person an ultimatum, or they just did something to sabotage this because they didn't want to feel pressure to make a decision. Your person tried to avoid how overwhelming this connection was and is, because it is an overwhelming connection. Your person tried to gain clarity and find a sense of peace, but this connection really came to ruffle this person's feathers. Your person tried to avoid their fears, their doubts, and insecurities. And this is the kind of awakening that moves you forward, it propels you forward. You can't avoid. And this blew up in your person's face. Didn't want to make a choice and then became defensive about it, as if you putting pressure on them. You were not putting pressure on this person. They just wanted this so badly that they felt the pressure of having to make a choice, but at the same, as much as they wanted it, they feared it. So they were also trying to be cautious of it, or to try and gain some sort of control. And you can't do that. You can't. Control is ego. And as I said, this connection is going to blow you off into the bushes when you come at it with your ego, from an ego perspective. And it happens. It always happens, because we are more in our ego than not when this awakening begins. And this twin flame awakening is to help us to balance things out. Spirit wants you to know that this fallout and your person being defensive about not wanting to make a decision here, and almost holding you as if you were an option, was this Aries was defensive and trying to protect their inner child. It's not rational and it doesn't make sense, but that's just, if you think about the things that happened, it'll suddenly make sense to you. That's why your person was so defensive. It's as if their inner child woundings were coming to the surface, were activated because of this connection, and they were projecting that onto you. This divine counterpart, this Aries, knew exactly what he or she wanted to have with you. And as I say, there was talk about it. This person expressed future plans with you, or possibilities of marriage and stuff like that. What would our life together be like? Blah, blah, blah. This person believed that you were meant to be part of one another's lives. But this person intentionally disconnected from that clarity because of fear and because of feeling defensive, and tried to block all of this out. And it resulted in the way that it did. Both of you walking away. So it feels like there's such a big gap here between you guys. Quite a bit of time has obviously gone by. So now, where does this take us from this walking away? Where does this take us now? Where does this take us in April? a new passionate beginning, an opportunity for a new energy here. And where this connection, this twin flame connection, has had you feeling really burdened, I see that you and your person are completely renewed as a result of this awakening. Someone has gone through the death process, and Spirit is saying to me, for some of you, there is an actual transition into consciousness, physical death, a brand new way of being. This brings you to a new passionate beginning, because the burden that your person has been carrying gets put down, and they become a new vessel, a new being. For some, become pure spirit, pure consciousness, transition into consciousness, leaving this physical body behind completely. For others, they're just a completely new being, vibrating in, having gone through the death process of the old programs. There is a releasing of burdens, and just feeling like the sun is shining, the light is shining upon their forehead. And you're also feeling less burdened about this situation, about this connection, feeling a new sense of clarity and freedom and peace and joy about how this journey has complemented your experience here. Spirit is saying that some of you, your twin flame has already transitioned in the last year or so, and comes back as a guide for you, being a part of your consciousness, your stream of consciousness into this body, being connected to you just in a different way. For some of you, this is going to happen from April onwards. I don't mean to scare you guys, it's not for everyone. It's going to look different for everyone. For others of you, it's going to be that this person, it's almost as if they're a whole new person and a whole new energy, as if they've fully come into their vessel, and their vessel has been completely updated and transformed, and they are just so much better than they've ever been before. Happier, more clarity, not so burdened, frequency vibrating way, way higher. Okay, where it used to be this person that seemed to be weak and controlled by their addictions and their fears. This person of yours fought really, really hard to try and be happy. They knew that they were supposed to be happy, and they fought to be healthy and to be the best version of themselves. And you see this person of yours emerging as exactly that. Okay, so that is your message. That is your twin flame reading. If your person is an Aries, If it resonates, please come and let me know how. I hope that this message has served to bring you clarity and guidance, to help you to know how to direct your energy and how to just embrace being in your presence and in love and sending out love, love and light. If you're interested in a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Whatever you choose to do, be good to yourself. Do what is best for you. Love and light, and I will see you next time. Bye now.